If you have young children and you're thinking about nursery, but you're not completely sure when or how to apply in the UK, this video should make things a lot clearer because the process itself isn't complicated, but the timing catches a lot of parents out. And I've seen it happen many times. So in this video, I'll walk through how nursery applications usually work in the UK, what type of nursery you might be applying for, when to apply, and what the typical process looks like. Nothing dramatic, nothing scary, just clarity. I've worked in and run nurseries for many years, and now I'm seeing this again from the parent side as well. And one thing I've noticed is that most parents don't struggle because the process is difficult. They struggle because no one really explains it clearly. So you end up wondering, is there a deadline? Is it first come, first served? Do I need to apply a year early? What if I'm too late? And once you understand the structure, it usually feels much more manageable. Before you even think about applying, the first thing to understand is that not all nurseries work the same way in the UK. There are generally a few different types. You've got private day nurseries. These usually run all year round and are open full days. Then there's school-based nurseries. These are attached to a primary school and usually follow term dates. Then there's preschools and playgroups. These are often sessional and term time only, and childminders, which are smaller home-based settings. And the application process depends on which type you're looking at. For example, most private nurseries work on a first come, first served basis. If they have the space, you can apply at any point in the year. But some school-based nursery classes sometimes have specific application windows, especially if your child is starting in September. So the first step isn't filling in the form. It's being clear about what type of setting you're applying for. So when should you apply? This is where most of the anxiety sits. Parents often ask, when should I apply? Am I already too late? Do I need to apply before they're even two? And the honest answer is, it depends on your area. In some parts of the UK, you can apply just a few months before your child starts, and it's absolutely fine. In other areas, especially where there's high demand, nurseries can have waiting lists. As a general rule for private nurseries, many parents apply somewhere between 6 and 12 months before their intended start date. That doesn't mean you must commit immediately. It just means you're securing a place. For school-based nurseries, it's really important to check your local authority website because some have specific application deadlines, particularly for September starts. And the key thing I always say is this: applying early gives you options. Applying late limits them. But if you're watching this and thinking, I've left it late, don't panic. There are usually more options than you think. Once you decide the type of nursery and you've thought about timing, the actual application process is usually quite straightforward. It's not like applying for secondary school. In most cases, it looks something like this. First, you contact the nursery. That might be through the website, by email, or just by calling them. Usually, you'll ask about availability and book a visit. And I always recommend visiting if you can, even if you think you've already made up your mind, because you get a feel for the environment. You get to meet the staff, you can see how the day runs, and you can ask practical questions. After the visit, if you're happy, you'll normally be asked to complete a registration form. That form usually includes basic details about your child, medical information, emergency contacts, and the preferred start date. And some nurseries also ask for a registration fee. Not all do, but some charge a small non-refundable fee to secure the place. Then you'll usually confirm your start date and sessions. That's when things become more official. And if you're eligible for funding, you'll also complete funding paperwork before your child starts. The key thing to understand is this: the process itself isn't complicated. It's just a series of small steps. And when you see it broken down like that, it should feel much more manageable. Next, there's funding and paperwork. This is where things can start to feel confusing, especially if you've heard about the 15 hours, 30 hours, or free childcare. So let me simplify it briefly here. In England, most children are eligible for 15 hours of funded childcare from the term after they turn 3. Some families qualify for 30 hours depending on working eligibility. This is from 9 months old. And some 2-year-olds also qualify for funded places if certain criteria are met. And then there's also tax-free childcare, which works slightly different again. Now, we're going to go into funding properly in a separate video, so do subscribe so you don't miss out on that, because it deserves its own clear explanation. But there are two things that are really important to understand now. First, funding does not automatically secure your nursery place. you still need to contact the nursery, check availability, and complete registration. Funding supports the cost. It doesn't replace the application process. And second, not all nurseries apply funding in the same way. Some settings use what's called a stretched model. So for example, instead of offering 15 hours over 38 weeks or 30 hours over 38 weeks, they might spread that funding across the full year. So for example, around 11 hours per week over 51 weeks or 22 hours per week over 51 weeks. That can feel confusing if you're expecting a straight 30 hours. And in many cases, you will still have to pay for things like consumables, like meals or additional services, or any hours beyond your funded allocation. So funding does reduce the cost, but it doesn't make it completely free childcare. And again, we'll break that down properly in a dedicated video so it's much clearer. So what do you do if you don't get a place? This is the part that tends to cause the most anxiety. What if I apply and there are no spaces? First, try not to panic. In some areas, especially where demand is high, waiting lists are normal. If a nursery is full, you can join the waiting list, ask when they expect movement, and ask for different session patterns might become available. Sometimes availability changes quickly. Families relocate, start dates move, children reduce sessions. It's more fluid than it appears from the outside. You can also apply to more than one nursery at the same time. You're not locked into one option until you formally accept a place. And sometimes a slightly different start pattern. For example, fewer days initially can open up options you didn't realize were available. The key thing is, not getting your first choice immediately doesn't mean you've missed your opportunity. It usually just means timing needs adjusting. But before we finish, let me just mention a few common mistakes I've seen over the years, because these are usually what causes the stress. The first one is waiting until the month before you need a place. Sometimes parents assume nursery applications work like school admissions with one big deadline, but private nurseries don't usually operate that way. If you leave it very late, your options can narrow. The second mistake is assuming school nurseries work exactly like primary school applications. School-based nursery classes sometimes have separate application processes and different timelines, so it's always worth checking directly with the school or your local authority website. Another common one is not visiting before applying. Even if a nursery looks great online, visiting gives you a feel for the environment, the staff, the routines, and the atmosphere. That's something you can't get from photos. And finally, not understanding the difference between term time and all year contracts. Some settings operate 38 weeks a year, others operate 51 or 52. This affects fees, funding structure, holiday arrangements, and it's much easier to clarify that early on than to feel surprised later. None of these mistakes are dramatic. They're just things that aren't always clearly explained. And I think this is the part that's important. Most parents think this process is far more complicated than it actually is. It isn't about being perfect. It's not about knowing everything, and it isn't about getting every decision exactly right the first time. It's mostly about timing and clarity. Once you understand what type of nursery you're applying to, when to apply, and what the steps look like, it becomes much more manageable. And if you're watching this feeling slightly behind or unsure, that's very normal. Most parents feel that way at this stage. The good news is, in most areas, there are more options than you think. And if you're at the stage of applying, you might also be thinking about what happens next, like what the settling in period actually looks like, what a child's first day at nursery involves, or why behaviour sometimes changes after starting. I'll explain those in a separate video, so you can watch those next if that's helpful, because applying is just one part of the process. Understanding what comes after usually brings the most reassurance.